Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Fun Speculation on YouTube. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in to this video. Now, if you remember, the last video that we put up here with an interview was with the anonymous gamer, and it was a fantastic interview that I got to have with him, and I absolutely appreciate the opportunity that he gave and let a lot of his feelings come out regarding things going on, and I super appreciated that. But he's back. Now, he wanted to come on and actually reveal some information to us that has been kind of behind the scenes, he says. And I don't, maybe things that we might be curious about, he says, and give us a little bit more information about himself as well. So I'm actually really curious about this, and it's an once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to do these kind of things. So I appreciate the anonymous gamer. I appreciate all of you again. Before we get into the interview, everybody hit the like button, share, subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I appreciate you all. But let's get into this introduction. Mr. Anonymous Gamer, wow, thanks for joining us again. I'm very happy to have you here.
Hey Mav, thanks for having me. I am super excited to be back here again. The last interview you did, was okay, and I think that we're going to have a lot of fun on this one, because I'm going to let a little bit more information about myself come out here. Now, little did the community know, and I did not let this out, that I've actually been dabbling in game development. Yes, I've been dabbling in game development over the past year, and it's been a wild ride. In fact, I even set a new world record.
What? You said a world record. Like, what was your world record in? And it's awesome. You've been in game development. I didn't even know that. I know you said you had some new information to share with us regarding things you've been up to and stuff like that, and some insight into some things that may have been going on that you wanted to share. So first off, what world record did you set?
Well, Mav, I actually set the world record for working at more game studios in 6 months than anyone in history. I'm super proud of this accomplishment, really proud, and I think it's going to be something I can tell my grandkids about.
Wow, more game studios in 6 months than anyone in history. I mean, something must have happened though. I mean, would you not want to just stay at one if it made you happy?
Well, there's certain situations that may or may have not took place. Some things may have happened, may not have happened, that you could say were some people's faults or whatever, but still the experience I have gained, you know what they say, experience is key. And I can say that I've had a lot of experience now working in the games industry.
Wow, that's really cool. Tell us a little bit more about how this journey started. Like what it got you started in the game development.
Well, first off, I had reached out to a guy I know. His name was Todd Howard, and asked about coming to work on his project because I was super passionate about Starfield. It looked like it was going to be the most amazing thing ever. And I reached out. He let me come on as a low-level programmer, and I started to kind of enjoy that experience. I got my feet wet, as you could say. There was a little bit of an incident that occurred that kind of caused me to move on to another project. They decided Starfield wasn't for me.
Well, what happened? So I mean, so you went from Starfield, I guess, to another Bethesda project.
Yeah, I went from Starfield went over to Arcane. And well, I didn't actually fully get into Arcane. I was still in the interview process, but we'll get into that here in a minute.
Well, okay, so let's take a step back. What happened when you were working on Starfield? I mean, that's pretty exciting. One of the most anticipated games coming out that you got to kind of get some of your stuff in that game. It's got to be pretty exciting as somebody that's just getting started, right?
Yeah, but this incident that happened, and it really wasn't my fault. I blamed the computer that I was working on, and that was provided by Bethesda. So because of the computer I was working on, this is what happened. But I was working, and at times I was playing Skyrim on the same computer. I have to admit, right? When I should have been working occasionally, I played Skyrim, but it was more for inspirational purposes, as you can see. Well, I was browsing around like N4G, and they had this new information about this Skyrim mod, nude mod. I'll just admit it. It was Skyrim nude mod. They said I could put boobies in Skyrim. I was super excited. Well, what had happened was, again, not my fault. I blame the PC. The directory files are all jacked up. I just when I saved that and I downloaded it, I accidentally overwrote Starfield's game files with the nude mod from Skyrim.
So you accidentally overwrote the game files from Starfield with the nude mod from Skyrim?
It was a little crazy, yes. There was alien boobies everywhere. There's appendages I didn't even know existed out there in the universe, but got to see them all. And I may have caused a little bit of a delay with that. But again, I blame the directories. It was messed up. They were named too close. I thought I put the mod in the right place, and I shouldn't have just overwritten everything, I guess. But that's what they said. And anyway, it was a little bit of a mishap, but I had already been touring around to some of these other Bethesda studios. I got to know some of the guys that are over on Arcane. I explained to them how it wasn't my fault. They let me have this interview, and this was actually an interview, and I was in the orientation process now, about to get started. And then something else happened. This is all within the span of a week. And it was kind of an embarrassing moment for me, but also, again, I got so much experience.
Well, so hold on. So you overwrote Skyrim's game code with a nude mod. I mean, not Skyrim. You overwrote Starfield's game code with a nude mod from Skyrim. Then you go on and you do the interview process, and you go on to potentially get on with Arcane. You're in an interview. Then you're in an orientation process, and then what happened? Did it go well with Arcane?
Well, I can't say it did too much. Now, here's what happened here, okay? Because, Redfall was another project I was excited to potentially be working on. They told me I was going to be working on Redfall. I'd had the biggest burrito I've ever had before in my life from Chipotle. It was absolutely enormous, and this burrito was glorious. It was so good, and I just had to have it. Now, then I had the interview process. I was running late. I didn't have time to stop or anything. Well, I got to interview, and then following up from that was supposed to be right into my first day in the orientation, right away, and I had to use the bathroom. I just admit I had to use the bathroom. I had to take a time out. I went and I used the bathroom. Well, little to say after that. There was a little bit of a plumbing incident, caused some flooding, caused some things. I blame the pipes over at the Arcane studio. I don't think it was my fault. I don't know exactly what happened. I just know after I used the bathroom, there was a flood and a clog and stuff, and they had to close it down and change all the pipes and close down the studio for like 2 months. So again, blame the old pipes, but yes, I did have to use the bathroom there, and that, because they were closed down, I started looking for new work.
So you go on from Starfield, where you overwrote the game code with a nude mod. Then you blow out the toilet at Arcane and completely cause a flooding incident and shut that studio down for like 2 months. So are you saying that you could potentially be responsible for both the Starfield and Redfall delays?
No, completely not my fault. Again, the game files were written improperly, I believe, and named too close over at Bethesda. And again, the toilets, the pipes, I believe, are just old and bad at Arcane. It could happen to anybody.
Okay, yeah, sure. Whatever you say. So I guess, you said you were going to be out of work for 2 months there because of the plumbing issues and them redoing all the plumbing in the offices. And so what did you do next? I mean, where do you go from there? Because that's like, to be honest with you, doesn't sound like a great start to your game development career.
Well, Mav, I feel like you're being a little bit, not believing my side of the story here. I'm just trying to give you insight into the bad pipes and the improper name filings of files over at these studios. And I feel like you're coming back at me with a little bit of this blame.
No, I don't take it that way, man. I'm not really trying to say it's your fault. I'm just saying it's very interesting to hear these things. And tell us some more. Like you said, more game studios than anybody in 6 months history. So there has to be more to this. What did you do next?
Well, Mav, I took my talents over to Luminous Productions on the Square published project Forspoken. And I was really excited to be working on this because, you know, it looks like such an awesome game with, you know, I got to write a little bit of the dialogue in for my first week there. It was awesome. They let me kind of dabble with that. Turns out it got put in the final marketing for the game. I hope it's in the final product. But also, you know, the craziest thing happened. We were all getting kind of, you know, ready to really crunch down on this project and get it to the finish line. And, you know, we got this guy came around. We were all saying, hey, we want to meet the deadline. We want to meet the actual release date for this that was already been announced to the public, and we're gonna go ahead and all put in extra hours and effort to get this project done. And everybody was on board. And then this guy came around, and I think it's like Jason Stricker, Jason Schroer, something like that. And he just was doing interviews with people, said his something for his new book. Suddenly after that, it was the weirdest thing happened. The studio decided to delay and not allow any overtime on it. So, you know what? I'm a hard worker. So I felt like I wanted to move on to a different project because I felt a little hamstrung at that point.
Wow. Okay. So a game journalist writing a book comes over and basically cracks down on y'all being able to work overtime for this project to meet the deadline. Okay. I guess I could see that happening. Never seen that before, but I guess it can, right? So you say you weren't happy with that situation, so you move on to another team. It seems like you're getting good luck getting hired.
Well, yeah, I do a really good interview. I'm a very likable person. You know, I'm really relatable with these people, and they can see my talents and they can see what I have to offer. Again, like I said, I wrote the dialogue that's going to be used in a lot of the game already in my first, couple days there working on Forspoken. And, I think they really saw my talents. So next thing I did, I reached out because I had seen this announcement that got me excited about this card game called Midnight Suns. Yeah, it had me so pumped. It was made by Firaxis, so I reached out to Firaxis. They gave me a shot, and I was really enjoying my time there. I was spending about a month or two there or whatever, and this is another incident. I don't know. Now, again, this is not my fault because I was really enjoying my time there, and I think they really took my experience playing cards to the development side of that game.
So you were saying that you kind of helped them implement some of the card stuff and everything. That's fine. I actually pumped for Midnight Suns. I'm really excited for it. So what happened there? You said there's another incident in the offices.
Well, they had bring your pet to the office day, and we had lots of great pets there, and there's all these cute little puppies and kittens, and even a few people brought some rabbits and stuff. I brought my cat. I've had for about 20 years. His name is Toonses. It's an absolutely beautiful tabby cat. Toonses is great. You wouldn't believe how amazing Toonses is. It's just a great cat. But this was a little incident. I kind of lost track of him for a little while, and apparently he climbed on top of the servers in this certain room, and, he had a little bit of a wee-wee.
So hold on. Toonses, your cat, had a little bit of a wee-wee?
Yeah, he had a little bit of a wee-wee. He kind of let it loose in the server room. and kind of damaged a lot of the servers and stuff. So they had to replace those. It caused a small delay on some things, apparently, but again, not my fault. It was my cat's fault. Completely blame him. And needless to say, they did blame me, so they said that I had to move on from that project.
Wow. So your cat pissed on the servers, and they let you go.
I guess you could say that. So next, I was like, what am I going to do? You know, I found I need to get to, like, at this point, I need to go find a new studio, somebody that's on their first project or something, because, you know, I had already went through Bethesda, I went through Arcane, then I went to Luminous, Firaxis. I'm 0 for 4 at this point. Okay, so I'm like, I need to go to somebody that's just getting started. Maybe I can catch on. Well, luckily, Embark gave me a great chance to work on their new game, Arc Raiders, that I've been super happy for the opportunity to work on. The game looks fantastic. Had such a great reveal, brought so much hype to the project that I was so excited to work here. But they gave me a low-level position. I was more in the human resources side as an assistant, obviously for reasons that, you know, all the other incidences, but they still gave me opportunity. I was super happy. Well, again, not my fault. Something happened, and I don't know what it is, why this stuff keeps happening to me, but, you know, I was responsible for the food at the last company breakfast retreat.
The company breakfast retreat? What? Okay. So you're responsible for the food at the company breakfast retreat. I guess just hiring the caterers or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was simple enough.
So you have this simple task of hiring a catering company to come out and provide breakfast for the studio. So what could possibly have gone wrong?
Well, guess the eggs were bad or something. I'm not sure. Next time, I will never cater from Denny's again. I just love those moons over my hammy. I can't get enough of the moons over my hammy, but I learned my lesson. Next time, no Denny's. Eggs were bad. I guess I don't know what happened, but everybody got sick. It was out of the office for a couple weeks with this horrible foodborne illness. And again, I actually felt bad about this one, and I decided I couldn't show my face again. So I just moved on. And then I was like, okay, is there any other projects I can go? Because, you know, this is not going well. Again, another game was announced of a delay. Foodborne illnesses, not my fault. Denny's, not my fault. You know, Toonce's fault for Midnight Suns. That wasn't on me. Forspoken, that was not my fault. That was completely not my fault. I should have stayed there. That was, you know, that dumb journalist. Then Redfall, yeah, the plumbing incident, bad pipes, not me, not my burrito. Starfield, yeah, that was a little bit my fault. The new models running around everywhere, and Starfield was a little distracting, I can admit, but you know, it's just kind of is what it is. So luckily, somehow I got caught on with Fat Shark. Yeah, I was actually it was Shark Week, and I was Googling for job opportunities. And just because my Google search got mixed up between Shark Week and job searches, Fat Shark turned up. And I was like, they're hiring. Wow. Okay. Let's go. They're making Warhammer Darktide. That's going to be great. I'm going to hop onto that. And luckily, they gave me another low-level position, but I was able to stay in the game industry. Again, I've gotten so much experience at this point. So may have fibbed a little bit on my application. However, that interview went well. Well, I'm just going to tell you that Toonces struck again, and I don't need to go into any more detail than that, but I'll just leave the blame on what happened next to Toonces, my cat, and we'll go on to my next journey.
So, okay. Toonces, your cat struck again. Toonces, your cat somehow was responsible for 2 game delays, Midnight Suns and Warhammer Darktide.
Mav, I'm telling you, it's absolutely crazy, but I felt like the people should know what's going on behind the scenes at these poorly run studios. I mean, they can't get a game out on track. I don't know what's going on. Clearly not my fault. I mean, who even lets pets into an office? That's crazy. Now, I will admit that, Fat Shark didn't have a bring your pet to work day. I don't know exactly. Well, I do know what happened, but I'm not at liberty to say what happened with Toonces there. But luckily, I was able to line up on my next application and get hooked up with Avalanche software to make Hogwarts Legacy. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. I cannot believe that I got this opportunity, and I was so excited to work on this Hogwarts game because, Harry Potter, those books and everything meant the world to me.
Okay, I already can see where this is going. I honestly don't even know if I want to know what happened at this point, because you fucked up Starfield, you fucked up Redfall, you fucked up Forspoken, you destroyed Midnight Suns with your cat, Arc Raiders, you pretty much poisoned everybody. Darktide, something else happened with your cat again, so your cat's supposed for 2 delays. Hogwarts Legacy, I mean, I don't even want to know if I want to know what happened next. Because guess what? We just got another game delay announcement just yesterday for that one. So what could have possibly gone wrong?
Well, I'm going to tell you again, man, this was not my fault whatsoever. You will see. I'm going to tell you, this is completely in the clear on this one. Because after I had left Fat Shark, I went on vacation, cleared my mind. I went to Tijuana. Just to clear my mind, I had a few drinks, hung out with a lot of really awesome people, had some nice times, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't know, so you know there's this disease monkeypox running around? Well, I got back from Tijuana and, all of a sudden this disease starts running around our studio. And I don't know what caused it, but it wasn't monkeypox. I said it was a new disease. Somebody must have brought something from somewhere. They had asked if people, everybody, if they had left the country and stuff and come back or anything like that. And I said, no, I just went to Tijuana. So there was a new disease that started spreading around. They named it after us. It's not monkeypox. Again, like I said, but this is a new disease and they called it Hogwarts. So everybody started getting Hogwarts at Avalanche. And it kind of messed up the dev time on this thing. And, I think that's part of the reason why it could have possibly been delayed. Again, not my fault at all. There was also this other incident where somebody, may have had something in that. This happened my first day there. And they had done a studio tour with Harry Potter himself. Daniel Radcliffe was coming to the studio to see the game and everything. Well, somebody, for some reason, had plastered the entire office with those Daniel Radcliffe asshole cards from Cards Against Humanity. Well, nobody would fess up to the blame. So, again, that's under investigation. I didn't have anything to do with that. But that's still an ongoing thing. So I have left the studio for now, but I have exciting news, Mav. So exciting. I can't believe this came up.
Okay. So, geez. I think you might be responsible for every big game delay that's happened this year.
Mav, no, it's not me. I clearly described all the incidences that happened, and none of these are attached to me whatsoever. But ask me about my next venture. I'm super excited.
Okay, well, what? Tell us what's next. I'll just, it's all happened. It's in the past. Nothing can go wrong from here. Obviously, right? Nothing else big can possibly happen. You've learned your lessons, I'm sure, to make sure you don't get in those situations, I guess I'll say. So what? Tell us about your next adventure.
Well, Mav, if you can see this little man Funko Pop sitting to my left here, Kratos himself. I have hooked on with Sony Santa Monica to get God of War Ragnarok to the finish line to make sure we hit that November 9th release date. I am so excited. Are you excited?
No, I'm not excited. Go somewhere else. People are really excited for God of War Ragnarok. You're going to sabotage it.
I will do no such thing. I will make sure that I do not bring Toonses to the office. And I will not cater anything. I will not download any nude mods. We're going to be good. This game is going to hit that deadline November 9th. I guarantee it.
All right. Well, holy crap. This was absolutely a revelation of information to the games industry, what's been going on. And I just am thankful that you shared this with us. And yeah. Oh, and also, I noticed you're in this warehouse. You know what I mean? Is there anything to that? I mean, that's kind of a weird setting for you.
Well, I'm actually honored also to be involved with the marketing now for Ubisoft as well as a side gig. We're going to be using this studio for the reveal of all of our future free-to-play projects in the Clancy universe. You will see all of our live reveals where we have development interviews and where we talk about the games here live on this set in this abandoned warehouse with graffiti on the walls, because that's what Ubisoft's all about now.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you again for the interview, and I appreciate your time. And I hope to, I guess, see you in the future with some more information. So thank you, anonymous gamers, or I guess anonymous dev. And I can tell now why you wanted to remain anonymous.
Yeah, thanks again for the opportunity, Matt. Appreciate you so much. And congratulations on your 100th episode of Xbox Ultimate Podcast last week. Yeah, I was scheduled to be there, but I got delayed. So, yeah, I apologize I couldn't be there.
It's okay. All right, everyone, have a good day. Take it easy. Thanks for tuning in. Again, hit the like, share, and subscribe button if you like this content. Wow, a little insight into these delays, I guess. But have a good one. Bye.